Hi guys, and welcome to Python tutorial of how to connect MySQL using PhpMyAdmin with XAMPP. I want to show you guys how this works. I'm going to click on any of these data on the tree view. There we go. And supposing I want to change the address to maybe 70 or number 17, and just there we go. That will load. All you just need to do is take a good look at the address here. If I click on update, click on OK, and there we go. Look at it, it's changed. Okay, now you can also delete whatever you don't want. Supposing you don't want something like Sammy, you can just get rid of that. There we go, Sammy is gone, as you can see. And you can also search. Let's search for details of Rebecca. There we go, click on search. There, you can see Rebecca right there. All right, select, reset, and exit. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to exit. I'll take you guys straight into PhpMyAdmin where we put one of these together. And on the other hand, all of the data that you're working on must be displayed right here. If I click on my students, and those are the details that I'm working on. Okay, and you will also need XAMPP. So let's exit out, minimize this, and let's import the following. Those are the libraries that we need. But let me point out one thing. You see, import mysql.connector. You will have to, just in case if you don't have it, make sure it's installed on your system. So let me show you. Just go to the tab, and in here, make sure you import by saying pip install MySQL underscore connector underscore Python. Make sure that is installed. Alright, the next thing we want to do now is to grab hold of the database connection. So let me get rid of that. So that's going to be connection underscore config. So that is going to be for my database configuration, and I'm going to say that is equals, and enter curly braces. Now here I'm going to declare the host that is going to be my local host. If you come in here, that is your local host. Okay, that's who I'm addressing now. So, but in lowercase, not uppercase. Let's change that to lowercase. So since I'm addressing my local host, I must highlight that in there. So that's a local host. Okay. Next is going to be the user. So enter user. And the user in this case is going to be the root. Okay, that is root. And the password. Enter my password there. Column. And in the case of my password, it's going to be empty. Enter a comma. Oh, I should put a comma here as well. Comma. Denoting as you have data to enter. And the name of my database. Let me show you that. This is the name of my database. However, my table is also called students. Okay, we're going to create another database. Don't worry about that. That's the name of my database that I intend to use. So I'm just going to come in here and just enter students. There we go. That's the database I intend to use. Oh, password is nothing. The database I intend to use. Okay, and the database is called students. There we go. Okay, I have the host. I have user. User is the root, and password, that is for my host anyway, which I don't have a password. That's why it's empty. If you have a password, you could have just entered something in there, but I don't have a password. Then the name of my database, as you can see, is called students. Okay. We will create another database for those of you that don't have this. So I will show you how to create one. All right. Next, what we want to do now is I'm going to just create all the widget that I intend to use, and we can take it from there. So right underneath here, because I want the widget to be of graphical user interface, I'm just going to end up and say, let's say root, that is going to be equals tk dot tk. Next is going to be the title. The title. So I'll just call that maybe students, whatever. Student database. Management system. Management. That would do. Next, let's configure the geometry. So geometry. And I'm just going to make the size about 1250 by 750 as well. Okay, I'm going to say, let's get it centered. So I'm going to say plus 600 by 100. I can always change that if I don't like it. 100. Okay, there, that'll do. There. All right, so that is taken care of. Next, my labels and entry. But I'm going to create a frame that I will use for my labels and my entry. Okay, just create maybe one frame. So let's say frame. Let's say underscore input. And that is going to be equals tk.frame. And there's going to be a child of root, because root is the main app. Okay, now let's get it packed. So let's say frame.pack dot, and I put a padding of about, to the y-axis, make it about 10. Yeah, that is sorted. The next, I'm going to create a label that will be a child of this frame. So let's grab all of the frame and right underneath here, let's say tk.label. It's me taking a shortcut instead of giving the label a name. I'm just going to say, yeah, as it's a child of my frame. Comma, I want the text in on it, so the text is going to be equals students ID. That's the first. Okay, guys, let's configure the font size. So the type of the font that I intend to use, I'm going to make that area. And the size, I'm going to make it about 24, and I'll make it bold as well. There we go. So let's just close that up and say dot grill. There we go. And here I'm going to then specify the role. The role in this case is going to be equal 0, and the column is going to be 0 as well. Equal 0. And let's get it padded. So I'm going to say x-axis, that will be about 5, and y-axis maybe 5 as well. That will do. Close that up. Next, since the label is there, let's enter the entry widget. This entry widget is going to be for the student ID. So underscore ID, that will be equals entry. It's a TK underscore entry widget. And close that, and that's going to be a child of red input as well. There we go. I'm also going to use the same font. I might as well grab hold of this font, paste it right here, and maybe let's just say BG. That'll be a border, make it about 5, and the width, I'm going to make that about 54, comma, then justify what's left. There, close that, and let's round this up. That should be left. Now, we'll just make this a grill. I'm going to copy all of this and paste it right here. It's going to be row 0, column 1, and the padding, the same padding. So that we do. So I can now copy these and just use it for the others. So I need about 6 in total. So just modify it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to modify this for now. So this one is going to be first name. Change this to first name. There we go. In the case of first name, this is going to be role 1. Okay, and let's change this to first name as well. I will get that right. First name. And change this to first name as well. So as you can see, all I just did is copy that and just I'm going to now modify it. So let me speed that up. Okay, all done. All right. Those are all the widgets that I intend to use, labels and entry. Next, I need the buttons. So let's copy this, come right down here, just call that frame buttons. Let's move this up a little bit. Now underneath here, this is going to be buttons. So there. That's another frame I'm creating for my buttons. There we go. Right. Next, underneath, I'm going to create a following. So let's come right here and just say TK dot button. And the first one is going to be a child of buttons. This one, grab all of that, paste that in there. Now the text content on this. First of all, let's grab all of these. Yeah, grab all of everything here. Copy and just put a comma here. Paste. And the text content on this button is going to be known as, let's change this one to admin. What about the text? Okay, let me put that as 20. Let's see, comma, and let's get it padded by just equals 1. Okay, comma. What about the width? Let's say width, that is going to be equals about 10. And I'm going to just get that rounded up for now. So let's say grill, grab hold of all of that, paste it right there. So it's going to be in row 0 there. And the padding is 5. That's for the very first button. Okay. So that's how it's looking now. Before I go any further, I think I should just kind of like save this. So let's come right down here and just ask it to run the GUI. So let's say root dot main loop there, and let me save this. That file, save as. Just gonna call it that, and that is going to be YT. Alright, in underscore connect SQL XAMPP. So save that. Now you can always copy this button. I'm gonna copy that and just dump it here. You need a couple of those. We'll have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The second one is going to be on column 1. You are going to be on the same row. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So in total, I have 6 buttons. Okay. This one is going to be for exit. And this is going to be for reset. Yeah. Exit, reset, add a slash. Yes. So it's going to be for that slash. And this one, we have add updates. So this is going to be delete, then this will be update. Okay, let's say delete here, and this will be for update. Okay, all of my buttons are in place, so I'm going to just save that, and let's run it and see. There's no harm in doing that. Let's say run. Okay, now it's asking me line 15 TK. Let me come in here and just minimize this first option. Line 15. Oh, right here. Okay, as you can see, I have uppercase here. If I run it again, you see what I'm talking about. Look at it. It's telling me, do I mean TK in lowercase? So let me just correct that. Yeah, that's all. Okay, that should have been in lowercase. So let's save and run. There we go. Look at that. Oh, 600 is too far away. Okay, you see that's 600. So let's reduce that to about maybe 300. Make that 300. Okay, run it one more time. Run. Here we go. Even 300 seems to be too. Let's get it dead centered. Yeah, I'm going to try 100 by 100. All right. Now 200 would have been better. Okay, so that can be 200. Now, the next thing I want to do now is, and I need to create my search function. So to create the search widget and the label, so I can always just copy all of these here instead of reinventing the whole wheel. So come right down here, right underneath here. I'm going to paste that, and I'm going to change the text content here to search. The font remains the same, but the role here I'm going to change it to 1, and it's going to be inside the button. So let's see, frame is going to be button there. Okay, so that's 1. Yeah, that's fine. Then this should be button as well, and the role in this case, that's going to be 1 by 1. Yeah, I think that should take care of that. Let's change the name to search underscore search. That's a lowercase. I don't want it like that. And this underscore search as well. Okay. Now, in the case of the align, let me get rid of this for now. And I'm going to just run it. No, before I run it, I need to actually, because this text box will just be too short. So let's get it span. Okay, column span, that will be equals 6. Right, let's extend 6 buttons. So let's run it now and see. There we go. Look at that. Brilliant. So if I didn't put this column span, let me delete it. You see what I'm talking about? Delete. Then I'm going to save and run it. You see what will happen now. You see that? Okay. So let's say undo that and run it again. Yeah, the buttons are now back in order in their respective positions. Brilliant. Now, the next thing I want to do, you see right underneath here, I want to enter or add a tree view. So let's take care of these previews. Previews will display all of the headings and so on. Let's say 3, that will be equal to gtk dot preview, and that is going to be right inside the root, comma. The column we have the following. So it's a columns that will be equals, and I'm just going to enter each columns in there. And I want all of these headings for the columns, I want it displayed. So right here, just click on comma and say show headings equals show heading. Now close that. So let's round up this tree view. So let's say tree.pack, and that will be expand, that will be equals true, comma fill as equal tk dot both side both, comma and let's get it padded to about 20. Close that up. So that's my tree view. We will come back to that tree view later on. So let's run it and see how that's going to look like. Run. Right. Let's see. What did I do wrong? Heading. Heading. Oh, that should have an X. Okay. Run. There we go. Here you can see them. Each heading. Okay. As you guys can see, these headings were not displayed. So I'm going to, let's run it. You see what I'm talking about. There we go. You see, each field is right there. So let's use a for loop to actually update this tree view. So I'm going to say for column in, let's put it in an array. So I'm going to grab hold of every single headings there. Let's grab hold of them, copy and just paste it right in the array there, and end it with column. And I'm going to now say free dot heading, that is going to be column, comma, text of the column. Display that. Then free dot column, now it's going to be column, comma. Let's get it anchored. Anchor. Yeah, anchor center. Center we do. So that they are all aligned center there. Then the width will be about 80. If that's not too much, there we go. Okay, I think that will do that. So let's save and run it. Run. There we go. Look at that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's brilliant. So I'm going to close that now. That's good. Now, the next thing we want to do is to create all our functions. Now that this is done, now we need to create our database to be sure that everything is working as expected. But before that, I do have a database I can use to test the whole system. This is it right there. It's called student. But for the sake of those that don't know how to create this, I'm going to have to put one together. So minimize that. Let's exit out. First of all, I'm going to try this out to make sure it works. So right underneath here, I want to create my function. So I'm going to call that function connect underscore to underscore database. That's my function there. Next, using try catch in case if there's any error, or try exception in this case. So in case there's any error, I'm going to say, let's say connect, that will be equals MySQL dot connector dot connect. Okay, what are you connecting to? You are connecting to this. Grab all of that. So we say all of the datas. There we go. I wouldn't want you to say return the connector. Return. There we go. Else, or the exception. That would be the error handler. So if there's MySQL connector error, it's going to be asked that. And this MySQL connector error should display the following message. So let's say message box dot show error message, and that's going to be database error, comma, format error, column, and let's call our variable that we declared there. There we go, and just run that up. There we go. So if I succeeded in connecting to these students, there shouldn't be any error. So I'm going to run that now. Run. There's no error message. All right, I want the system to actually call this my function, so I'm going to kind of like place the function right underneath here. It's just okay to make sure it actually call that database. There we go. There's no error. See that? All right. So supposing to prove a point, I want to kind of like mess this up. That is the database. I'm just going to enter whatever in there. And I want you to call this database. Of course, I don't have any database called that, as you can see. So I'm going to run it now. An error message should be displayed. Look at that. It's telling me the student 76786, whatever. It's not there. It's unknown. Okay. So you can see that my connection is working. So let's close this. Now run. Brilliant. No error message. Nothing. Okay. You see this my form. I'm going to kind of like move it up. Let's come in here. Where is it? Where I have my geometry. Let's move it up a little bit. I'll change that to 80 instead of 100. So run it again. All right. We can even make it maybe 50. Let's move it up a little bit. Okay, that's much better. All right, close that. Now we know how to grab hold of our database and so on, but you guys need to know how a database is created. So I am going to close this entirely. Close. And this is my XAMPP. Let's assume it's closed. Now I believe you all know how to install your XAMPP. This is my XAMPP. Officially, you get something that says start. Just click on Apache and also click on MySQL here. Okay, I'm going to select admin. That should open up PhpMyAdmin. Look at this. Local PhpMyAdmin. I'm not using this student. I'm going to create a new database entirely. So you click on database. Let's give our database a name. I'll just call, instead of student, I will call it learners. Okay, learners with an S. So that's going to be the name of my database. Click on create. The table, I'm going to call the table learners as well. And the number of columns, I'm just going to make that 6. Click on create. Now let's start creating our data. So the fields, the first one is going to be known as student ID. The second one, first name, surname, address, mobile, and email. Okay, and change all of these to voucher. There we go. That is character. Character. and character here as well. And here I'm going to leave this as integer and come right here across here, change this to my primary key and click on go. Change the number of data in there to about 5, and here it's going to be 50, 50, 50, or maybe 100 for the address, 50, and make this 50. Mobile number, change that to 11. That would be blue. Okay, that is it all done. If you want to view the SQL, you can always view it. That's it right there. Click on close, then click on save. Now, as you can see, that's the name of my table. Okay, I'm now going to change my database name to learners. Why did I change it? I changed it because the student have some data in it. So we meant to start afresh. If you look at that, let's click on student with an S, and you can see there's some data in it. Okay, so I don't want any data in the one we're meant to be using. So let's try this out to make sure it works. So I'm going to copy this to give me an error in case if it's not working. Oh, look at it, it's right there anyway. So let's run it. Click on run. There we go. It is working. As you can see, there's a database there. It's linked to a database. So let's change the name of this database just to cause some confusion, to make sure the system can recognize it doesn't exist. There we go. It's telling me learner 455445 is not, cannot be found. So I'm going to just change it to the right name, run it one more time. So our database is officially in place. There. Okay. Brilliant. I can delete this for now. Next, the next thing I want to do is okay. Now let's work on adding the data. So I'm going to have to create a new function, and this function we're gonna call it, maybe let's say add new. Okay, let's come right down here. It's gonna be add new, and we can just copy all of this for now and change things around. Copy and paste it right underneath here. This is where I have all my functions. In fact, let me just, let's paste it right there. Paste. And this is going to be known as add new underscore new. There. All right. So we first of all start by using try, then we want the system to get connected. So in this case, I want you to get connected to this database connector. Add new, please connect to the database connector. So get rid of all of this. There we go. Now I'm going to use an if statement. So let's get rid of this using if statement here. If, yeah, that's fine. If the connector, let's say cursor, and that's equals connect.cursor. Then once so create a variable that we call query. That's going to be equals using SQL insert into my database is called learners. This one. Insert into learners the following. And what are we inserting into learners? It's going to be student ID and so on. I think I have it here. I'm going to grab hold of all of this, copy this instead of typing all over, and just come right here and paste it there. But get rid of all of this. Just put a comma in there. Comma. This is it. Okay, I'll just close that. So that's what I want the system to insert into admin. Student ID, first name, surname, address, mobile, and email. Now, I'm going to use the following. Let's say the value. Values, and that is going to be, let's use a pound sign or percent. I'll just put an S in there, comma. So I need 6. Yes, I need 5 more. Spaced. There we go. I'll run that up there. So those are the values. Each of these represent this. Now, let's specify the values. Where do we get them from? We're getting them from here. We're getting them from the text box. So if you look at it, we have student ID, first name, surname, and so on. Okay, so let's come back in here. Underneath here, I'm going to enter values. That is going to be the following entry. So first one is student ID dot get. Grab hold of student ID and whatever you have inside student ID, get it. Enter parentheses. Repeat the same thing for first name and paste that here. Add a comma, paste. First name dot get. Space that there. That's for the third one, fourth one, fifth, and the sixth. Okay. Now the next one is going to be address. Grab hold of address, copy, and just paste that there. Next is mobile number. That's one. So this one should be here. Okay, place mobile here. This is going to be for address. Alright, cut that off. We need surname here. Surname. Grab all of that, paste that in here. And email is the last one. Okay. So those are the fields that will be stored inside this entering widget. They will store all of the data into these fields here. Okay. So we have 1 student ID, 2 first name, surname, address, mobile number or mobile, email. That is it, all done. So maybe I should even just, let's break the address so that you guys can see it properly. Yep, that's it. Okay, that is that all done. So next thing we want to do now is to actually use the cursor to get it executed. Cursor dot execute. and that is going to be the query, comma, the values. There we go. And we then say connect dot commit, and we then close it. Dot close. There, all done. Now, finally, if there's any problem, I just want this here. If there's any problem, I want this to display this error message. Okay, let's add a message box too. There's a message box to display telling us there's something shown. So we can say message box dot information. Message box dot show information info. Yeah, so I can just say success. Yeah, comma. It's a data successfully added. There we go. Data successfully added will be displayed, so this will be the title that you guys will see. And that is it. Done. So I can try it out now. And as you guys know, there is nothing in this table there. Nothing. You can see those are the fields. The fields are empty. So I'm going to try this out, but before then, I also need a button that will call this. So let's go down and add this to the button that is called add. This is it right there. Look at it. So I'm just going to add something here. It's a comma command that is going to be equals this. Call that very function. That's what that means. Okay, I've just called the function in add new button. So let's go back up here. So decision time. Hopefully there's no error. Let me just run it and see. Run. Okay, so far there's no error. So let's add something in there. So I'm going to call that 9990. And the name. Let me enter Kemi. An address. Number 23. High Road. There. And here, mobile number. There we go. Email address. gmail.com. Okay, decision time. Let's see if it works. I'll show you the database again. There's nothing in there. And let's click on add. Right. So let's see what's happening. I think I need to check and make sure these names are correct. That's line 1. Okay. Let's close that. There's nothing on here, as you can see. Okay. I think I have the solution to this. Look, Actually close the bracket. That's an error. Let's get rid of that. I'm going to try it again. I believe it should work now. Let's run it again. I'm going to just enter that and enter Kemi again. Kemi. All right, let's come in here and just enter that and email Kemi@gmail.com. Click on add. There we go. It's successful. Look at that. I'm going to click on OK. Let's go to my database now. As you can see, there's nothing here. I have to click on refresh. There we go, guys. Look at Femi's details right in there. Okay. So that shows that the system is working as expected. All right, let's continue. I'm going to exit out. Now the next thing is, let me take care of updates. Update data. I'm going to ask you to update the data and update record as well. Update data, record, and refresh and reset. Let's do this. Take care of some maybe the update data first. After that, so right underneath here or above here, I can ask you to define the following. So I'm going to call it update. Oh, upload data. First of all, let's upload the data first. You say upload the data so that I can view it. There. The data to be uploaded. Let's come grab hold of all of these and now change it around anyway. I'm just paste it in here. Paste. Upload. And after that, we take care of updates. Then here, I want to change all of this. Get rid of this message box and every other thing in here. Yeah, just get rid of everything. So say try equals connect to database, this very one, and using an if statement. So if the cursor equals that and I want this, so I can just grab this again, just paste it in there. If connect equals cursor dots, so now I want the cursor to execute as follows. Cursor dot execute. I'm using SQL select all from my database called Lena. That is it right there, Lena's. So select all from Lena's and paste that right there. Okay. Now what I was selecting, we're selecting each rows. That's going to be equals also dot threshold. And let's close it now. Close connect dot close. Okay. So I want everything displayed on my rows on the tree view. So using a for loop here. So let's say for rows in tree. Okay, dot get underscore children. What are we getting? Let's see, role dot delete if there's anything roles. Okay, so we then want it to insert as follows. So we'll say role. Let's say for roles in rows. Roles in rows. Wanting to insert the following. So let's say tree dot insert. Now and comma up to the end value rows. Else, if there's any error, display that message. It is right underneath here. Or we can just make that message to be specific. So I'm gonna get rid of this. I'll just change that to exception E as E. So message box that show error, and that is going to be error. And just format that to the string that will be E for my error message. Yeah. Okay. So the whole idea is for this upload to load up whatever on the treeview. So I'm going to call this upload, copy it, and come right down here of the add. Once we click on that, it should upload the necessary data. I'm going to run it now. Run, and let's enter whatever there and here. Let's say the name is Isle Brown. 45 rounds rate. It should lead us there. And here, let's enter that. Okay, and the email that should be that at, let's say, hotmail.com.co.uk. So decision time, I'm going to click on add. Successful. There we go. Look at that. Okay. And now let's go into the database itself. That's the database. All I need to do is just click on refresh. There we go. Look at that. So that's working. Very good. So let's take care of the update record itself if I want to carry out any changes. Okay. Oh, all right. I just need 1, 2, 3. All right. And these ones. Let's take care of these two first before the updates. And I'm going to come right down here. First of all, I'm going to take care of these resets. Reset underscore, reset the fields. There. Now, that is going to be as follows. All of these, those are what I'm resetting. So I'm going to copy them. Instead of reinventing the wheel, just copy and delete what I don't need. Paste. It should be E here. There we go. Now, let's separate it. Okay, for the reset, now get rid of this. So it's going to be dots delete t, that's 0 comma tk.n. That's the first one. That's for the delete or reset. Copy and paste. Alright, that should take care of my reset. Reset, done. Okay, so I'm going to take care of exit. So come right down here and just say I quit, and that is going to be I quit. To display this message box, that's going to be equals enter dot message box dot ask yes or no. Yeah, and that's going to be equals let's just say student database management system, something like that. Okay, so I just enter confirm if you want to agree. That's the message that will be displayed. This is the title. Okay, title, message to be displayed. So using an if statement, if I quit is less than 0 or greater than 0, then we say root dot destroy and return. There, that is my exit and reset. So these two functions, I'm going to add them to the button. So come right there. Let's come in here. This is exit. Exit here. Just gonna say command equals I quit. That's for the exit. And the other one is the reset. This is the reset. Just say command equals reset. Okay. All right. So let's try that out. Look at my spelling of exit. Let's check correct that. Okay, I'm going to try this out now. Click on run. Enter whatever data in here. There we go. Reset. Brilliant. Exit. Yes. No. Exit. Yes. That's very good. One other one that I need to reset is the search, because if I come in here now and I can reset, but I did not reset this. So let's reset the exit as well. The search, I mean. So come right down here and the search is going to be entry underscore search and reset. There. Now run. Okay, that's fine. There we go. I'm going to exit out and let's take care of the other following components: updates, delete, and search. Okay, so exit out, come back. Now let's start with update record. So I'm going to copy everything in here and just paste that right underneath here and change the name. Update underscore record. Yeah. Alright, the only thing I'm going to change here now would be this query. So this is going to be update. So let's get rid of this. So we say update later and set as follows. We say set surname. Let's say maybe first name, surname, or whatever. So set surname, first name. Let's set the surname and get rid of this. Come back to that later on. Set first name as equals a pound sign with the percent s there. And I will repeat the same thing for the others. Comma, copy, surname is the same, address the same, and email exactly the same. That is it, all taken care of. Then we then say where the ID. Okay, so we now let's grab all of this, get rid of that. Just say where the student ID is equals that. Okay, so we're using the student ID as our reference, and this remains the same. And underneath here, the query and okay, cursor, execute that, commence, close, and now the message here: data successfully updated. Data successfully updated. Then I call reload. The reload that is there. Okay, and here this message box error remains the same. So that is update. So let's see. That is fine. Let me run it and see what's going to happen. Run. Oh, I haven't called the update yet, so it's not going to make sense. So update, I'm going to copy that and I need to call that on the button. Update, there we go. Say comma command equals update. That's the update function record called. Okay, that is update record taken care of. But let's try out this update record. So let's run it, click on run. And I'm going to enter some data in here. And the name happens to be very more 52 Warlock Road. And here email at there. I click on add, there we go. We have every details there. Okay. Oh, we're missing out this. I need to get that sorted as well. All right. Let's say we want to update the address here. See here. Let's change that to war rest. Okay. So if I click on update, that is meant to be displayed here, but it's not displayed. But let me check my database. So we need to call the upload inside update. So let's come in here and refresh it. Let's see the address here. Look, oh, it's not. Okay, let's see, what did I do wrong? It's not reset and the name is now called in here. So let's come back in here, exit out. Well, it all looks good here. I can't see any error. So let me go back to my database since I'm getting zeros in there. Let's look at the structure of my database. This learner database, click on that. Let's see structure. Oh my god, look at that. Surname. I left it as integer mistakenly. So let's click on change. That should have been voucher. Save that now. Hopefully all that error should be taken care of. So, alright. That is the error fixed. Hopefully. Now let me see my database again. So I should be able to get things working now. Let's go back in here, run the program one more time. Run. And I'm going to enter some values in here. So here the name is going to be Kingsley Southend. John Lane. An address, email of Kingsley. Let's see, email. Okay, now I'm going to click on that. Yep, there we go. Look at that. It's back. Okay, well, these errors here, we will use that for update. So when we select this, we should be able to update. So, okay, that's fine. All right, so we need to take care of this. There's nothing here to update. Okay, so we need one, two, exit out. Let's come down here. Let's take care of delete. In the case of delete, I'm just going to copy everything here as well. And paste. Just change the name of the function to delete record. There. Come right down here. We need to change the SQL query to delete. Delete from learners where the email, let's say where email, get rid of all of these. Say use email where email equals seconds. Alright, so the value in this case is going to be that of the email, so I can delete all of these just using the email. Now, that is fine. We leave this, we leave that as well. What about Let's say record successfully deleted. Record successfully deleted. In that case, let's grab hold of the reset field. Once the record is deleted, we'll reset it. Reset. And we'll call the upload data. Okay, that is fine. So I might as well call the reset here as well. The add. Just call reset here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, delete is taken care of. Now let's call this delete function here. Come right down here, go to the buttons, and let's look for delete. So just say command equals delete. All right. So what is left for me now is just a search. Reset is done. This is done. Save. Okay, let's take care of this search function as well. So I'm going to grab all of this again. I just right underneath here. That should be for the search. Okay, I will call that search. Right, using the connector. Okay, that is fine. And here, let's just use SQL statement in here. Now I'm going to say select all from learner, where the learner ID, yeah, where let's say student ID, not learner ID, student ID. I have a field called student ID, where student ID is, or the first name. Let's use an or here, or first name. Copy this and I can reuse it. First name equals that, or the surname equals that, or let's go for address. Let's get rid of all of these, and that will be for address. Or mobile email. Okay, correct this is that will be an error. Anyway, that should take care of my, yeah. And here I'm just going to change it to search. I'll drop that and just paste it. Search, and comma, that to be all 6. So say times 6. There. Okay, now execute remain the same. Okay, what about the rows? Execute is the same. Let's just come down here and change the rows. Now just close it. So rows, that is equals fetch also dot fetch. All right. Now, okay, that is, we now close it, and I want to use the for loop. Okay, for rows in trees, was the session from the trees. Okay, I think I do have that here. Back there. Yeah, it's in updates for update data. Okay, now we'll upload that. Now back to search. So I'm gonna get rid of all of this here. Yeah, get rid of this. I can always add it if I want to undo that. I need the message box. Okay, now for rules in tree dots, yeah, delete any rows and insert as follows. Yep. Okay. Now underneath here, I'm just gonna say if not rows, then I just want the message box. If not rows, message box. Let's say search not found or not successful or no record found, something like that. No record found. Hey, that's my error message in there. Or just telling us no records found. This is the error message. Okay then, let's try this out. So if I run it, oh no, I need to actually upload the data. Yes, yeah, I need to get it uploaded. So come in here and just call the data, maybe call it underneath here. Where I want the database load. Okay, that's fine. Okay, upload data. So the data on the database should be uploaded in there. So let's run it now one more time. Run. There. Look at that. So let's search. I want to search for whatever number in there. So let's say 5, 6, 4, 1, 2. So it's in the wrong place. Okay. It's telling me to search for. So let's come in here. Let's say 5, 6, 4, 1, 2 there. Search. There we go. Look at it. Okay. There. All right. So that's fine. That's working. Now, I now need one thing. See, when I click on this tree view, I want all of the data displayed here. So let's take care of that. Then we can call it the end of this tutorial. So right underneath here, let's do that. Let's come into it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, right up here. Let's do this. Just above this widget here. I'm going to create a function, and this function I'm going to call it on treeview. Yeah, on treeview, select. using an event. Then on treeview, do as follows. So let's say select item equals tree dot selection. That should be a dot selection, and that is using an if statement. If selected item or selected item equals the following. Let's go for item underscore value. That is equals tree dot item, and let's say selected item 0 comma value, close that, and that is going to be the names of all of the components. So let's do one thing. Instead of me typing it, I'm just going to grab all of this and change it around. Come right underneath here and paste. Those are the items that I'm referring to. So it's going to now we need to get this indented properly. Control Shift. There we go. Now ID. Student ID deletes, but we then need to insert data into the student ID. Copy that, paste, and I'm going to say dot insert 0 comma item underscore value. No, underscore values, and that is the first one there. The same thing for the others. So I'm going to copy this, copy insert, and just paste it here. This is taken care of. Now let's take care of ID is taken care of. No, I think the arrangement is wrong. Delete that. ID is taken care of. Now let's take care of this. Surname. There we go. Surname. First name, surname next. Address. Insert. Mobile. Insert. That again. Copy. Insert. Then email. And insert. Then we don't need that to search. There we go. So this is going to be 0. The first one is 0. Okay, and the next one will be 1. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There. That is for the search. Now, we now need to get it bind to the treeview. So I'm going to go right underneath here Okay, I just get it bind. So in there I'm just going to say 3 dots bind opening brackets, and that is going to be, let's go back in here. It's less than treeview select treeview selected select comma on tree select copy logins and paste it there. I think I am officially done. Okay, let's run it. Oh, I think this is wrong. This is supposed to be on. Yeah, and that means this is wrong as well. On. Okay. Okay, I'm going to run it just to see how that is going to work. Let's click on run. There. And decision time. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Henry. Let's change this now. Let's go to every month. Right? And let's click on update. There we go. Right, look at that. Now let's see the database itself. I'm going to click on that and let's refresh. There we go, look at that. Every more. That's fine. And now let's update Kemi Adeola. Yeah, update as well. And let's update Ayo Brown. There we go. Updates. There guys, look at that. We can reset, but before then let me check my database and refresh it all. Check that out guys. Now back in here, let's search for any of those. It's a 76581. Search. There we go, look at that. And let's click on reset. Nice. Everything is working guys. So with that, I am going to call it the end of this lovely tutorial, and I suppose you guys enjoy it. And please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of this channel. Okay, so have a good look at the lines of codes one more time. There. And there we go again. Alright, so I'm going to say bye for now. And please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of this channel. That would be very helpful if you guys join. You all have a nice day now, and bye for now.